let's preview the upcoming round of the NRL, NRL round 12. Starting with the first game of the week, the Broncos versus the Panthers.
Adam Reynolds isn't playing because he face planted when he tried to score that try last week.
He looked very uncoordinated when he went straight into the ground.
I mean, I didn't think he was going to score anyways. Why'd you do that, Adam?
Yeah.
But I'll take the Penrith Panthers here. Like you said, they're dominating. They're getting into good form. They got the best players.
Going into Origin as well. Yeah. Luai want to show up again. I think it's an easy Penrith win.
It's a Penrith win from everyone here, including Dad.
Yeah. Next game, we've got Dragons Roosters at Cogra. So keep in mind with Roosters, you're missing Walker, who got injured at training. You're missing Joey Manu. And Jared Warrior-Hargrave's been named.
Hargrave's named. I think it's a big in. I'm actually now thinking about that with the injuries that they have. The curse of when you sack your coach and then show up for a big game. I'm going to take the Dragons.
Okay, it's a late switch.
Late switch.
I don't see the Dragons winning.
Man, they played 2 weeks ago and Dragons were competitive. So
I don't understand the NRL scheduling. Why would you do that for? I just think they're down at the moment. I don't see them bouncing back. And so are the Roosters. And the Roosters have a genuine coach that knows how to get them up and win.
Who's going to play in the halves for the Roosters? Sam Walker out now.
So it's Hutchinson and Keary, and then they've got Billy Smith in the centres.
I mean, look, Brandon Smith needs to have a good game to shut the media up, and I expect that to happen. So I'll take Roosters here. Maybe in a close one. Roosters 1-12 is probably a good bet. And Dad's taking the Dragons.
I'm taking the Dragons with him as well.
He's on a terrible slide.
Next game, we've got Souths versus Para.
Para have been very disappointing.
This is a tough game to pick because Para do rise to the occasion when they play good teams. And Souths are on that big of a high. They need to come down.
Is Mitch Moses back into the team?
Mitch Moses is back, but Sean Lane's out.
Sean Lane's out for about 6 to 8 weeks as well, which is unfortunate. But I think Souths have been too strong over the last few weeks. I think they'll get the better of Parramatta.
Yeah, I think Souths, just in the form they're in, you don't bet against
With
them.
your tips as well, keep in mind that this is the players' last step or last chance to put their best foot forward for Origin.
So look for Campbell Graham double. Is that what you're saying?
Campbell Graham double. Mitch Moses normally puts in his
2 cents for Origin too.
He's out of the conversation.
Yeah, I know. 100%. And
next game we've got Sharks versus Newcastle.
Oh mate, Newcastle shutting the Barley noise up as well. Bradman Best coming out, putting their best foot forward, saying that we did enjoy it. Maybe they needed that week off in Bali with that win over the Titans.
Let the boys play.
I don't know with this game.
I've taken the Sharks here. Sharks are the better team. They just turn off for some periods of the game. And like you said, Nico Hines probably came off one of his worst games of the season. Expect him going into Origin to put his best foot forward and have a great game. Sharks here, easy bet.
I'm taking Sharks and Katoa anytime.
Nah, I'd go Cronulla 13 plus into Hines. Hines will score a try this week.
He doesn't score often though.
Nah, he will.
I take him. I take him as an anytime try scorer.
I don't.
My bet is Mulatalo, Katoa, Hines with Sharks win. You get about $13.
You know who's been flying under the radar as an anytime try scorer for the Sharks? Will Kennedy.
Yeah,
Will Kennedy, mate, just supporting.
He scores like 3 tries in 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, he's a freak. Who do we got next?
Next, Tigers versus Cowboys.
At Leichhardt.
Both teams have been firing.
I think the Cowboys are going to go on a Canberra Raiders run of just a couple of wins in a row under the radar against teams like this, the Tigers. So the way they've been playing as well, I think Drinkwater's been playing fairly decently too.
Top 5 fullback.
Chad Townsend's kicking game has been back in order. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
Tigers aren't really firing. So, we'll put that there. They're never firing. They beat Penrith and everyone overreacted. Get over it. You guys aren't good still. All right. This is going to be an easy win for the Cowboys. Yes, it's at Leichhardt, but like you saw early in the year, the Tigers don't win at Leichhardt anymore. Yeah. It's not a good ground.
I don't think it's going to be easy. I just think it'll probably be a tight game. They've got the Leichhardt factor, but I see the Cowboys winning.
Okay, Cowboys 1-12. I'll take Cowboys 13 plus.
Okay,
Cowboys are 1 win out of the 8.
That's what I mean. They're 2 points behind. They're sitting at like 11th, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is, again, you're 1 win away from entering the top 8, and I think they're going to go on that Canberra Raiders run of just wins under the radar.
Next, we've got the battle of the best coaches. So Bennett's Dolphins versus Bellamy's Storm.
Wow, I didn't even know
that. I've got to go with the Melbourne Storm.
I don't think I've ever tipped against the Melbourne Storm in my life. Because I trust Craig Bellamy to get the boys up for every game.
Even though they haven't been as consistent this year, I tipped them last week and we were rewarded with that. But you match up the squads as good as the Dolphins have been. I think they've been overperforming, and I'm going to take the Melbourne Storm.
Got Tariq Sims to the extended bench just in time for Origin as well.
There's no way Brad Fittler picks Tariq again. That was the worst.
Dad's taken the Storm as well, but Dad did also take the Tigers, so I don't know what he's doing there.
Okay.
2 p.m. Sunday, we've got Bulldogs versus Titans.
This is an extremely tough game. I actually think the Titans are one of the greatest attacking teams in the comp, but they just can't defend to save their lives. They leak so many points. If you're really going to bet on that game, just take the overs. That's just all it is for the Titans at the moment. They let in tries, they score tries.
You saw it last week.
Maybe Fox to score as well in his comeback game.
Yeah, I think
That's a great.
the
great
Bulldogs, I don't know, they struggle to score, but I really think Reid Marnie has done a great job at controlling them and getting them better, go forward. And I think probably besides Reece Walsh, he's the best signing in the comp. For
Yeah,
what he's
I
done
think,
for the
I
Bulldogs.
think Preston also has been a great signing for them. And you're right, they do score a lot of their tries off kicks, is what I've been saying. But I like Josh Adokar, wanting to put his best foot forward.
But this is
for
a team-
Origin. I'm going to take the Bulldogs this week. It's at a core. Okay, always against the Gold Coast Titans. The game can go either way.
I think they got a losing record against the Titans. Always, they somehow lose to them. But I just think the Bulldogs are due for a good game. Adokar, like you said, he's back. Probably wants to have a good showing. And, Matt Burton as well. He's probably in talks to maybe be a 14. You never know.
Yeah. Last game we've got is Canberra versus Manly at Canberra.
This is tough.
Manly,
Canberra are hot.
Manly are due for a win as well, though.
I said it last week that Trbojevic, either against the Sharks or Canberra, will have a great game against one of the two just before Origin. So he wasn't too convincing last week. So I think, again, I've got to double down. Tom Trbojevic will have a great game at fullback for Manly, and Manly will get the win, and he'll get selected for
back
Origin.
as well.
Regardless of if Trbojevic has a good game or not, I think he has the right to be a direct line to Brad Fittler. Turbo, you're healthy? Yeah, I'm healthy. You get picked. Like how Darius Boyd was picked, like how Queensland showed loyalty for like that 8-year period. You pick Tom Trbojevic if he's healthy. If he tells you he's healthy, same as Fox. They deserve it. They're that quality of player, and it's just going to... An Origin arena will bring the best out of them. They're playing with better players. He's been struggling. Who has he had? Ruben Garrick outside him. You know what I mean? I'm not taking a shit on Garrick, but it's just like he doesn't have the best players around him apart from Cherry Evans, who consistently shows up.
And he's not 100%. So once he's 100%, and especially in Origin, you're surrounded by better players, he'll play better.
With Turbo's Origin record, he deserves to be the one calling Fittler saying, yeah, I'm in.
100%.
With what he did in 2021, that was unbelievable what he did. Like, he was scoring hat-tricks 2 out of the 3 games.
Yeah, no, he's a gun.
So
you pick him.
Well,
it's not even a question.
The Warriors have the bye this week. Hopefully the officiating is fair when they play the bye.